Welcome to Let's Watch TV. Thank you for clicking on the video. And welcome to my Season 6 recap video. And right from the start, let me just say, Season 6 was the best season so far. Now, when I got done with Episode 10, I wasn't quite sure if Season 6 was better than 4, but after watching a few episodes and kind of getting my thoughts together to do this recap, hands down, no question about it, the best season. Most of my recap is kind of going to focus on episodes 9 and 10, but trust me, the entire season was fantastic. As a matter of fact, let me just mention episode 5 and the whole origin story of Hodor. That right there, I mean, like I said in my video, mind-blowing and sad and just, it was just a great story. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I don't know how else to describe that. Now, the main storyline of this season, in my opinion, was Cersei versus the High Sparrow and the Faith Militant. And once again, Game of Thrones has done it. They have taken a character that you absolutely despise and made you root for them. And this time, they've taken one of the most hated characters and then still made you root for them like crazy. Because when the High Sparrow's ass was sent back to his god, it was glorious. And at that moment in time, me and Cersei were the same person. I mean, I couldn't have been more satisfied with the results of that storyline. Another little fun thing they did this season was bringing back the Hound. I mean, and again, same situation with Cersei, where you hated the Hound in the beginning, even though I never really hated the Hound, because I did kind of always look at him as like a hound. Like he was, you know what I'm saying, like getting ran by this little kid, Joffrey, back in the day. And I kind of actually always felt a little bad for the Hound. You know what I mean? I wasn't anticipating that he was going to make this type of turn, but I did always feel a little bit of like, damn, So the fact that they brought him back, he's very close to being my favorite character. I mean, he is by far the funniest character in the show. And just everything that he's going through, his whole character arc is I'm thoroughly enjoying that. And then we have my girl Arya. Listen, I mean, that's another character storyline and arc throughout this show that has just been pure entertainment. I'm just loving everything that's happening with her. The battle against the Faceless. Now, I will say this. I would have loved to have seen more of the actual fight. I understand she had to put it in the dark to, give her that advantage, but I wish they would have found some way to give us a little bit more on exactly how she whooped the Faceless girl's ass. That would have been. So here's the thing with this season. Up until episode 8, the season was fantastic. I'm watching it. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. But episodes 9 and 10 is what took it to the next level. That's when it really became my favorite season. So let's start with episode 9. And actually, I kind of forgot that was one of the main storylines. Like, what exactly is going to happen with Ramsay? We've been waiting 3 or 4 seasons for someone to whoop his ass. I mean, at least I have been. So when I saw the title of this episode, or episode 9, was Battle of the Bastards, oh man, listen, I just couldn't wait. Now, it's funny because this episode basically sparked the biggest conversation in my comment section so far, mainly because of what I said about Sansa and how I just didn't understand why she wouldn't tell Jon about the Knights of the Vale possibly coming in. Honestly, it wasn't just this episode. She's been lying to Jon about Baelish for a couple of episodes, and I just can't understand that. So I think in the comment section, a few people misunderstood what I meant. My whole point with that situation is, I understand Sansa knew Ramsay very well, and she didn't trust Jon Snow, and then the show proved her right by making his dumbass do a stupid ass decision during the battle. But that all really wasn't the point. You know what I mean? The point is that at this point in time, we're all here. We're all trying to win this battle. There's no reason for you, a non-military person, to be withholding valuable information because you think you know him. I mean, I understand it ended up working out, but maybe I could have came up with a plan to save my little brother. And that's all that was my whole thing, is like her plan just immediately wrote off Rickon. And I don't know, it seemed like the comment section was cool with that, but it is what it is. But the battle itself and the way everything looked, I mean, that was one of my favorite episodes of the entire show. Honestly, at the time of watching it, I felt like it was the best episode of the entire show until the next one. Episode 10. I mean, listen, that episode had so many things in it. It first off, you start off with Cersei blowing the hell out of the High Sparrow. And that wasn't even the high point of the episode. That just goes to tell you how great the episode was. I was a little mad at myself for two reasons. The first one is I let Arya sneak attack catch me off guard. Like, how the hell didn't I know that was Arya about to pull off the Mission Impossible face and kill his ass? I should have saw that a mile away. But damn, was it ever great. I mean, listen, like I keep saying, Arya is just, she's just top 3 character for me. Love to see everything she does. And that moment right there, magnificent. Now let's talk about the Snow reveal. Because the comment section told me that people at the time were confused on what exactly happened there. I'm not trying to sound any kind of way, but instantly I knew what happened. Now, in my reaction, where I messed up was, so I look at the camera. When it happens, I look at the camera and my brain, it kind of, I get lost in my thoughts a little bit because I promise you, I instantly pictured Jon Snow riding a dragon because I immediately thought, yo, is he invulnerable to fire? Because clearly he's Rhaegar's kid. I mean, Rhaegar kidnapped Lyanna and probably raped her multiple times. Ned was there to save her. So I don't understand how people connected that or thought that, there was a whole Jaime Cersei situation going on and that's where Snow came from. No. I instantly thought, damn, Snow's Rhaegar's son. Now, this is what happened, to be perfectly honest with you. And I had to cut it out. Anybody that's been watching my show, y'all should know I am terrible with names. It took me to season 3 to remember Ser Jorah. So I started saying every name with an R except Rhaegar. Is that his name? Rhaegar? I called his ass Rhaegon. I said Rhaegon. Listen, I started stumbling over Rhaegar's name because I went into like, yo, is this going to mean that Jon has a claim to the throne and da-da-da-da? But the Rhaegar's name wouldn't come out of my mouth. So I ended up having to cut that whole section out. And the next scene had already started, yada, yada, yada. Again, that's why I'm mad at myself. You know what I mean? But just to make the record clear, not that anybody really cares, I was never confused on who Jon Snow's father was. And I never thought something ridiculous like, Ned and Lyanna had him. That to me, that just makes no sense why anybody thought that. But listen, you combine all of those things from that episode and it just produced great television. And it took that season to the next level. And in my mind, episode 10 is the best episode of the show. And season 6 is the best season of the show. So listen, man, we're not going to waste no time. We already got episode 1 of season 7 edited, ready to go. That should be releasing pretty soon. Also, I'm finally taking this thing a little more seriously. I set up my Patreon. I'm going to put the uncut versions on there so you guys can see my full reaction, even my mistakes. I've gotten over that, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's a terrible fear of mine, all my stuttering mistakes. I don't want you guys seeing that. But anyways, that's what we gonna do. So once I get that all officially set up, I'll drop a link in the videos, yada, yada, yada. Y'all know how that goes. Listen, man, we are almost done. I mean, it's literally been a year of me watching Game of Thrones damn near every day. And I'm not complaining. It's been a lot of fun. And 2 more seasons to go. So make sure y'all stick with me. Appreciate y'all. And be on the lookout for episode 1, season 7. Peace.